So another thing I want to do to the Land Cruiser is pull off the stock bumper, which on mine is all banged up. You can see it was in a wreck, rear-ended somebody, and I tore off the corners because they were getting close to the tires there, and so I don't know if you can see that very well, but in the sunlight. Anyway, I want to take that stock bumper off of there, try to straighten up this stuff, and then make a new bumper, something that'll hold a winch and be a little tougher than that. So I'm going to start out today by just pulling off the old bumper. So these goofy brackets on here, I'm just gonna pull them off. They don't need to be there. Oh, that one broke. There's a couple of bolts inside here that hold the bumper on. One. I'll go to the other side now. Oh, another broken bolt. I got it loose. That one can't reach. I'll get a box wrench. Ouch. Looks kind of badass like that. Not that I can leave it. So you can see that's bent. Right there, it's pushed in towards the radiator, and then this is bent, and that's pushed back a little bit, and then obviously this is all twisted up in here. But I think if I can pull this out right here, pull it out, I can begin to kind of reshape things a little bit. I think the frame is all straight. I don't think the frame got bent too much. These look a little bit gapped out here, so maybe it is pushed back a little bit, but oh yeah, see right there. Right there, there's a bend in the frame. Well, hopefully we can work around that still. Well, I just happen to have this parked in front of the Jeep, so we're gonna see if we can use the winch to pull that out. Look at that. It worked pretty well. know how much further I should go. Can't tell if that's the shape it should be or not. I mean, maybe it's supposed to bend. Looks like it's supposed to have that shape there. Hard to say. Okay, so now this is on the grill here. Let's see if I can figure out how to straighten this out. I feel like if I can take this piece off, I could get at that much easier than trying to work at it on the vehicle. There's a couple of bolts up inside here that can disconnect it from here. I wonder if I even just get one side off, and then there's a bolt in here. Take that off, and then I can manipulate it, leave that side on. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I've got it pulled loose, took the light out, and there's a couple bolts back in there, up in there, in the middle. Anyway, now I can try and straighten this out. And there's the bracket on the inside. You can see that's all folded up. So I'll try to straighten that out. And we'll start there, see what happens. Okay, so I just decided to pull the whole thing off the truck. And now I can try and manipulate these from the back side or whatever. And I think this is going to be a lot easier. So, okay, so I have this, what do they call it, a body and fender set from Harbor Freight. I used it a little bit, but not a lot. I've got all these different anvils with different shapes and different hammers. I think that the first thing we want to do is try and get that wrinkle out right there. It's actually more kind of a crease there. If I can get that out, I think the rest will be a little easier. It's going to be loud. Okay, well, I got the crease mostly out. Well, maybe I can reshape some of this stuff. This crease right here could give us some trouble. I'm gonna put on some headphones or earmuffs. I don't really care about the paint too much because I'm gonna repaint the car. If I cared about the paint, I would, you could heat gun it, and that'll make it so the paint doesn't chip. Heat gun it, get it real warm, and then pound out the dents. I'm not too worried about that because I'm gonna repaint the whole car anyway. Let's work on this one right here. That's kind of bent down, obviously. Well, it's getting a lot closer. Let's see what we can do with that right now. This bracket's bent right there. Let's see if we can tweak that. Okay. Well, I think that might work. We'll find out. We'll see if all the bolt holes line up. Just do a test bit. So I put in all the bolts loosely just to get it all lined up, and now I'm going to tighten down the bolts. Well, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. And I think that's going to work for me. So now, next would be the bumper. I think that's a project for a different day.